5-word title from a quiet 2017 paper now sits underneath ChatGPT and many modern language models. Attention is all you need. 8 researchers at Google wrote it, and it reads like a shrug. Their paper was about translating text. But the idea inside became the foundation that today's chatbots were later built on. So how did a translation paper end up here? Let's start at the beginning. Back then, the leading models came in 2 families. Recurrent networks, like the well-known LSTM, read a sentence step by step, which was slow. Each word had to wait for the one before it. Convolutional models were faster, but distant words still needed many layers to connect. Either way, long-range links were hard, and the start of a long sentence faded by the end. The transformer threw both rules out, no recurrence and no convolutions either. Instead, every word can look at every other word in the sentence in parallel. The old families made distant words work to reach each other. Here, any 2 words connect directly, in a single step, all of them together in the same room. One honest warning before we go further: we are simplifying massively because the real paper is dense with math. But the core idea is something you can picture. So picture a conference room. Every word in the sentence is a person at the table, and each one has to work out which other people in the room matter for what it means. This is attention. Each word turns to all the others and asks a single question: how relevant are you to me? Every pairing gets a score, those scores become weights, and each word rebuilds itself mostly from whoever mattered most. Take the word it. To figure out what it refers to, the word can give far more weight to the noun it depends on, several words back. But how does a word actually ask? With 3 things: a question card, what am I looking for? A name tag, what am I relevant for? And a folder, the information I can pass on. Each word holds its question card against everyone else's name tags, and the better the match, the more it draws from that person's folder. That is the heart of self-attention. One round of questions only catches one kind of connection, so the transformer runs several in parallel, 8 of them in the base model. 8 teams in the same room, each looking through a different lens. The paper shows some heads that appear to track grammar, and others apparently tied to long-distance links, like a pronoun and its noun. Then their views are merged back together. Here is why that mattered. With no chain to wait on, the model does far less serial waiting. Positions can be processed in parallel. Connections that used to fade across a long sentence are now a single step apart, and training that once dragged could now run far faster. Same task, a completely different shape. Did it actually work? On the standard English to German translation benchmark, the transformer set a new record, a score of 28.4. That beat even ensembles, several models combined, by more than 2 points. And it got there in just 3.5 days on 8 NVIDIA P100 GPUs. A small fraction of what the old champions needed. And here is the twist. The authors set out to build a better translator. What they had built was a general-purpose foundation for language. The T in GPT and ChatGPT stands for transformer. The reasoning model from our last video, DeepSeek R1, is built on the same transformer lineage. None of that is a claim in the paper. It is what the world later built on top of it. It is not magic. Letting every word compare itself to every other word is expensive, double the length, and you roughly quadruple the work. For long texts, that cost gets painful, and researchers have chipped away at it ever since. But the central bet held. A title that sounded like a shrug turned out to be right. For the AI revolution that followed, attention really was almost all it needed.